Mario Kart World is out, and it's now since replaced Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So in this video, I want to take a look back at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and, give it a review. But I've played this game for a couple years now. So the characters I think are excellent. I love all the additional ones they added in the DLC. In the base characters are really good too. You have the main ones like Mario and Luigi, obviously, but then you have some like dry bones who aren't always included, and I think that's really cool. And in the DLC, they added characters such as Birdo, PD Piranha, and Kamek, who are some of my favorite characters, and Funky Kong and Diddy Kong, who I think are really cool as well. And then the main mode is the racing, obviously, and I think all the Grand Prix are excellent. I love every single track in the game, like the Mushroom Cup has Mario Kart Stadium, Water Park, Sweet Sweet Canyon, Crop Range. I like all of them decently enough. I like all the tracks. I don't think any tracks in the game are necessarily bad. I think some are better than others, but Star Cup has some really good ones. I really like Sunshine Airport and Electrodrome and Mount Wario. And the Special Cup, I think, is probably one of the weaker Special Cups. I do like Rainbow Road, obviously. It's grown on me. Originally, I didn't like it that much. It's definitely a weaker Rainbow Road, but I do like it more. It's probably in my top 5 or 6 now. Before, it probably would have been in the bottom 2 or 3, but I like it a lot more. And for the retro tracks, Mulu Meadows is a good one. GBA Mario Circuit was the only Mario circuit for a long time until the DLC on Wii U came out. I like Donut Plains 3. I'm not necessarily sure why, but I think it's a pretty good track. And then 3DS DK Jungle I like DS Wario Stadium. Music Park is very cool, or Melody Motorway in Europe. I really like the Lightning Cup. I think TikTok Clock is really good. I think Piranha Plant Slide is really good. I like Rainbow Volcano, and I think the N64 Rainbow Road in this game is pretty good. I think it's a good length compared to the original, which was way too long. It was like 6 minutes long. And then the DLC for 8, which had Yoshi Circuit, which I really like. I like Excite Bike Arena. I just like tricking. It's a really simple track. I really shouldn't like it that much, but I do. All the crossover tracks, like Excite Bike I like. The 2 F-Zero tracks, Mute City and Big Blue, I'm a fan of. I like Animal Crossing and Hyrule Circuit. I also like Wario's Gold Mine, and I love Baby Park. That's probably one of my favorites. And then in the Booster Course Pass, the city tracks, no one really likes the city tracks that much. I think some of them are good, like I like Singapore Speedway, and I like Madrid Drive, and Athens Dash. I think those are the 3 best. I also like Berlin. A lot of people don't like it, but I like how the Berlin Mall is there. I think that's really cool. Coconut Mall is a standout. Chocolate Mountain is a standout. Those 2 are some of my favorites as well. I think Choco Mountain, it's good, like how in Mario Kart World is completely different. But I think both are really good, and it's nice to have both available on the Switch too. And then DS Shroom Ridge I like, even though it's quite simple. I do like. I like how you have a simpler track occasionally in this game. But then Ninja Hideaway, the complete opposite, not simple at all. I like Ninja Hideaway. I think it's really cool how many different alternate paths there are. I really hope it gets brought back in the next game or DLC in Mario Kart World, because I think Mario Kart World would be great for this game because I think, like, the glow up that, like, for example, Wario Stadium got in Mario Kart World, I think would work for Ninja Hideaway, even though Ninja Hideaway is already a good track and looks pretty good. But I think because it's in the Booster Course Pass, it was held back in the graphics department. So I think it would look excellent, and I think it would be one of the best tracks to explore in free roam. The Turnip Cup, the first two tracks are not great. New York Minute's not that good. I think it's like a 5 out of 10. But the Mario Circuit 3, I don't like. And then, like, that's when it's too simple. I do like cutting through the off-road, but there's just nothing on the track. Like Calamar Desert, you have the train, and like there's multiple like off-road shortcuts. Like Mario Circuit 3, you're just cutting through the off-road. Then like Calamar Desert, for example, you're cutting through the off-road to get into a glider, which I think is really cool. And Waluigi Pinball, I like. I don't like it as much as I did before, but I still think it's a great track, at least an 8 out of 10. Sydney Sprint, I like the music, but besides that, it's alright. Snowland, I think, a really good upgrade. I like the giant gap shortcut you can do. Mushroom Gorge is pretty good, and I do follow the theory that Sky High Sundae may have been originally in Mario Kart World, but they like downgraded it to put it in 8 because it's technically the only track from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in like original track in Mario Kart World, which is very interesting. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did that, so there could be one in Mario Kart World. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that it's the only one. I like Boot Lake a lot. I think that again it got a really good upgrade. The GBA tracks got really good upgrades, except for one, which we're gonna get to later. I like Rock Mountain. I just like gliding. I think it's just satisfying. And then Maple Treeway is pretty good too. Like I said, I like Berlin Byways. I like how you can trick off the Womps, even though their hitboxes are a bit weird. And there are some interesting shortcuts. There is off-road to get through. Peach Gardens, I like the how you can go around in the last lap. And then 3DS Rainbow Road, I think is inferior to Wii Rainbow Road. I think it's still good, but I feel like it's a bit too easy compared to other Rainbow Roads. I still think it's pretty good, but it's I don't think it's in my top 3. Riverside Park, I really like. Another GBA track that got a really good upgrade. And then Wii DK Summit, I think is really good as well. Yoshi's Island is probably the best original track for this game. Actually, maybe not. I just saw there's another one come up. Yes, Mario Circuit. It should have been Airship Fortress, but Airship Fortress did get a really good remake in Mario Kart World, so I'm not too upset about it. I do wish it was at least Luigi's Mansion, because Luigi's Mansion's been stuck on the handheld consoles and it's never been in HD. Waluigi Stadium I really like, and I really like Singapore Speedway. I think it's just a satisfying track to run through. Athens Dash I already said I like Daisy Cruiser, and Moonview Highway I really like. I love the music, and then Squeaky Clean Sprint is what I think the best original track is in the game. I love the idea of it, and I think that it has like definitely like the best theme of any track. I want a big house track now, like every room. We have Ruben Road and Squeaky Clean Sprint. Now we need just the kitchen, and that would be awesome. Sunset Wilds, that's the GBA track that they did not remake, because in the original game, every lap, the sun would gradually go down. But in this one, the sun doesn't set at all, which I think is insane. Like, they definitely could have done it. But Koopa Cape, I do think it's downgraded from the original on Wii. I still think it's a pretty good track though. Vancouver Velocity is alright. I like the music, although it is a bit quiet, I'm not gonna lie. DK Mountain I like. It's definitely not like as good as it is on Wii in my opinion. it's still a solid one. Daisy Circuit's meh, and I like Piranha Plant Cove. I don't know. I feel like it got hyped up a lot, but it was kind of boring in my opinion. I like Madrid Drive. I like the shortcuts you can do. Like when the giant wheelers come in, you can like go through the seats, or like in the tables. I think that's pretty cool. Rosalina's Ice World sucks. SNES Bowser Castle 3 I like. And Wii Rainbow Road is my favorite Rainbow Road. In my opinion. Well, I think it's the best Rainbow Road. And then like other things in the game, like the carts, I think the carts is good. I think they're good. I like how you can choose the glider and the tires and the cart separately, like in 7. But I'm fine that they got rid of it in Mario Kart World. Sometimes like in multiplayer it takes too long for people to choose their carts. So I'm not against the change, but I'm not for it. Necessarily. And then battle mode. I really like battle mode in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I think it's the best battle mode in the series with all 5 modes there are. It's definitely better than Mario Kart Worlds, which is just coin runners, which I don't think anyone actually likes it. And balloon battle, which I think is alright. Although the timer is still there, which is weird. But yeah, I think this is a really good game. And if you can't afford Mario Kart World for $80, then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is good. But you definitely have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because it sold like 70 million units. So check your medicine cabinet. There's probably a copy in there. But yeah, I definitely recommend this game. I think this is an awesome game. I poured over 100 hours into it, which I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but for me, that is a lot. My most played game is Animal Crossing, which is only 470 hours, which is a lot, but compared to other people who play video games, that is not that much. But I think this is one of the best games of all time, in my opinion. That I've played at least. It's definitely in like my top 15. But yeah, I highly recommend this game. But Mario Kart World, I will be reviewing it once I get 100%, because I did get 100% in this game. I also did the time trials, and I forgot to mention, but the time trials, it's time trials. You just race against the ghost or race by yourself and try to get a good time. And I got the golden wheels, I got the golden cart, and I got the golden glider, and gold Mario. I got 3 stars in every cup, so I really put a lot of time into this game. But when I 100% Mario Kart World, I'll probably do a review on it. But thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe and